Oh, can you hear it? Can you hear it? Let me know if you can hear me. I didn't even know you could hear me. I just seen what you wrote. Yo, if you can hear me, type something. That's funny. Am I doing? Oh shit. What's going on? Can y'all hear me? You guys hear me? Because I didn't know y'all could hear me. I thought I was on mute. That's why it says please stand by. Oh shit. Imagine if I would have had a female moaning in the background. Okay. What I'm trying to do is get this to load up on my YouTube studio so I can change the thumbnail instead of it being Gutsu, but it's not loading. And I don't know why. It should be popping up. That's funny. Well, you're gonna hear the tapping for a little bit longer. To all the people that catch this on the playback, I'm sorry about the beginning, but we're trying to do something and it's not going so well. And then I'll get right into the video. Just that's why I wrote "Please Stand By," like the Outer Limits, which is a great show. Speaking of that, tonight, regulator to you directly. Tonight, a show comes on Monday nights. All right, is the audio back? Can you hear me? Because it's still not doing what I wanted to do. And then I'll get on camera in just a second. Um, I don't know why this is not working. It works any other time, but tonight it doesn't want me to change the thumbnail from Gutsu, which doesn't make sense. Now my shit's lagging. Oh my. Okay, testing one, two, three. Testing one, two, three. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I probably lost everybody, but it doesn't matter because we're about to get this show on the road. Um, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. This is like ridiculous right here. That it will not. It will not. I'm gonna try. It's pissing me off. It will not allow me to log in and do this. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. So we're gonna try this one last time, one other way, and then we're gonna jump on camera and then we're gonna get this thing going. Because this is really stupid. And yeah, it won't let me log on the laptop either. Like, what is going on here? This is so see, this is the shit that pisses me off about StreamYard. I should have just went live directly on YouTube. Um, if you can still hear me, let me know. Because I just closed it down to try to click over. Like I've literally ate up probably like 5-10 minutes messing around with this, and I don't know why. Don't know why it will not load up. Um, Let me try it like this. I'm gonna try to log in on my phone and see if that'll work. Yo, so let me tell you something. Like, I have been rocking YouTube without logging in on my laptop, right? Because for whatever reason, it just won't let me do it. And there's some girl that YouTube is pushing so hard called SS Sniper Wolf, and that bitch annoys me. Like, I'm so sick of seeing her in her fucking glasses every other video. I'm probably gonna get banned from YouTube for hating on their number one female. But it is what it is. I'm tired of seeing her face. And it's so funny how like YouTube picks who they want to push. And then they put that on the main page for people who don't have accounts. Okay, here we go. All right, we're in. We're here. Now I'm gonna click this. This is just ridiculous. Because any other time that I would do this, any other time, I think I just dropped again. No, I'm still here. Any other time that I would do this, my YouTube studio would pick up this live while it's going live right now, and it would allow me to add thumbnails. It would allow me to add whatever. But for whatever reason, it doesn't want to do it. Then when I log in on this laptop, it tells me it's going to send me a code to my phone. Check your Android. I don't have an Android. Or open the Gmail app on your iPhone to verify. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Gmail. What are y'all doing? Yes, number 55. Okay, are we in? Are we in? Are we in? Are we working? Oh, we might be able to do it. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We moving. We slowly moving, and then we can get this show on the road. And this is such. I want this to be a short live, but this whole live has been a tutorial on how to. It's still not letting me edit. Are you serious? Are we serious? You're not gonna let me edit. You're not gonna let me change the thumbnail. I just want to change the thumbnail. That's it. Okay. Where do I go? You gonna let me do it? You gonna let me do it? Okay. So Being now I got to download this picture onto my laptop, and then we can get this show started. Okay, so here we go. 15 minutes in, and I haven't talked anything about what I wanted to talk about, nor have I been on camera because I've been over here trying to get this stupid thing to work. And I had a really good thumbnail that I wanted to use, and now I'm going to have to just pick a random generic thumbnail. Let's go with this one. They're both hitting each other. We'll go with that. All right. Let's throw this thing over here to desktop. All right. Boom. Let's come over here. Boom. Save. Let it save. Okay. That should be saved. That should be saved. And then now I'm going to come over here and get on camera. And then we can start the live 5 hours later. All right. All right. Nothing like being late to the party when you was already on time. That's crazy. It's like, how the fuck was I late to the party and I was the first one here? Don't make no sense. Okay. Yo, hold on, LaRon. Let me I'm gonna throw this in the chat real fast and then we're gonna hop on camera and then we're gonna talk about this. Let's paste this. Bow in the chat. Bow. That's for anybody that wants to jump on. Now I'm gonna get my big ass on camera and hopefully it will work. So here we go. Boom. Oh shit. Is that me? Oh shit. Am I on camera? Is that me? Oh, that looks like me. Is that my chest? Is that my shoulders? Okay. Let me get this straight. Why? Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna sit like this. Boom. Here we go. All right, so I can see people. I can see BK. I can see LaRon. Let me see Tony's reviews going IP against Monday Night Football. Lopez. Yo, so I was getting frustrated with the Tampa Bay game, and I had to turn it off. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm happy that Tom Brady pulled it out, but I thought they were gonna lose because he really wasn't doing nothing moving the ball. So I would have watched the Cambosis fight instead. In all honesty, let me What am I looking for? What am I looking for? We looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for. Oh, let's get rid of this. Boom. Here we go. All right. No more excuses. That is the name of the game. The excuses in here. Now, here's what I want to say about all these excuses and what's crazy about it. See, this is the problem with coming up with crazy excuses because it does two things. All right. First off, if Deontay Wilder gets the living shit beat out of him, worse than he did in the second fight, and Tyson Fury pulls off his gloves, shows the cameras his gloves, and does all this crazy shit with his gloves and his wraps and all of that, and he beats Deontay way worse than the first time, now it's going to make Deontay Wilder look really bad. Really bad. Second off, if Deontay Wilder defeats Tyson Fury, right, then he shouldn't get any praise for this because at the end of the day, he's only beating a cheater. The only reason why Tyson Fury was good enough to beat him was because he was a cheater, not because he was a good boxer, not because he was a good fighter, but because he was a cheater. And had Tyson Fury not cheated in the rematch, he would have lost the fight. So therefore, does Deontay Wilder even deserve credit for this win? I don't think he should. Because if that's the road you're going to go with, that's what you open it up to. That's the problem with excuses. It takes away from greatness. This could have been a story of Deontay Wilder got defeated by the best boxer, technical boxer in boxing today at the heavyweight division, right? And after a loss, after being towel stoppage, corner stoppage, whatever you want to call it, he overcame adversity and found greatness to beat the number one guy, a guy who was undefeated. But instead, now what we're looking at is he's a cheater. So really, truthfully, where is the greatness in beating a cheater? Anybody in the chat want to let me know? Does that not take away from Deontay Wilder's win if he is to win this fight? Because to me, it does. So that's why I don't like excuses. Because like I said, it takes away from greatness. And then secondly, if you lose again, it makes you look like an asshole. It makes you look like a sucker. It makes you look like a bitch because all them excuses go out the window when somebody whoops your ass a third time and they do it even worse. Because if you look at how the fights have gone, the trend, the first one, I thought Tyson Fury won. Some people believe Deontay Wilder knocked him out, but it ended in a draw. So let's call it fair. You have people like me who believe that Tyson Fury outboxed Deontay Wilder. You have other people who believe in the 12th round, even though Fury beat the clock, that he was knocked out, that other referees would have waved it off. So at the end of the day, a draw, I guess, is a good decision for everybody, okay? Now, the first fight was a draw. The second fight ended in a corner stoppage because it was a one-sided fight. Not looking good. The trend is Tyson Fury got better. And if he improves even more, it could be worse. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if Deontay Wilder is to lose, how bad is this going to make him look? Especially if Tyson Fury pulls off his gloves, shows the camera that there's nothing there. Or let's even go one further. What happens? Let's just say hypothetically, and I'm not saying Deontay Wilder would do this, but I'm just saying what happens if Deontay Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury and it turns out that he has something in his gloves and it turns out that he's on steroids and all these other excuses? What happens if Tyson Fury's water somehow gets tampered with and he gets poisoned and it's proven? Now what happens? That's why excuses are so bad, because of what they can unravel. And to me, it just takes away from the greatness of the fight. So I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but that's really, truly how I feel about this fight, that all these excuses have taken away from what could be Deontay Wilder's greatest moment in his career. The time that he comes back from a knockout loss, a corner stoppage, whatever you want to call it, a TKO, and beats the man who nobody could beat the lineal champion, beat the guy that stopped Vladimir Klitschko, beat the guy that stopped him in his 10-fight reign. But again, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he beats him, because he's supposed to beat him, because Tyson Fury is just a cheater. And if Tyson Fury wasn't a cheater, he would have never beat Klitschko. He would have never beat Christian Hammer, because they like to pull that up, even though people don't even tell you that it was, in fact, Tyson Fury's corner that told the referee that his gloves, the thumb to body connector, was broken. People like to leave that part out. And people like to leave out the part that the reason why the fight didn't continue, and you can even hear announcers on some videos talking about it, that they had to wait for Tyson Fury to have other gloves brought out from the back. And that's what they were waiting on. And the reason why the gloves weren't changed in the locker room is because you can't. Because once they're signed, they cannot be tampered with. And that's why he wore them to the ring, effed up, and that's why they changed them in the ring in front of the referee. So there's more parts to that story that people don't like to talk about that's actual factual, and they like to leave that out. Didn't know which part until recently, regulator, that Tyson Fury's team was the one that actually pointed out to the ref, or that he could not remove the gloves and put on new gloves because there was nobody there to watch it, because the commissioner bodies go away once they sign the wraps and then they sign the tape around the gloves. This is getting really hard. I'm trying to like mix up a protein shake, and it's like clumping up really bad. Yeah. See, that's the problem with narratives. Yeah, so LaRon, if you go back and watch whenever he fought Christian Hammer, you'll see that the referee stops the fight from happening. Like, it doesn't begin because the thumb to glove connector, or thumb to body, whatever you want to call it, connector, was ripped. And they had to bring out more gloves for the fight to happen. I'm going to put the camera down real fast so I can mix this. But yeah. And there are other videos out there. I don't know if they're on YouTube, but I know whenever I saw the fight live, because I've been watching Tyson Fury for a long time. I was watching Tyson Fury whenever he was calling out Cain Velasquez and UFC. Like, that's how far back me watching Tyson Fury goes. I don't know how long it's been since Cain Velasquez has been relevant in the UFC, but at the time he was the UFC champion. And that was the first time Tyson Fury was really talking about fighting a UFC fighter in Cain Velasquez. So I've been watching him way before he dressed up like Batman, which is funny. Because, you have Tyson Fury dressed up like Batman, and in the reign of Klitschko, then you have Usyk come in with what's going on, Wayne? How you doing? How you doing, my dude? You're more than welcome to jump on the panel. I'll re-put it out there. I'm like stirring up a protein shake right now, and you could talk about it if you want, but it don't matter. But we gonna let the camera in just a moment. Tried doing it on the computer, but it wouldn't work. So we on the cell phone. We on the cell phone today. But but yeah. So like I've been, and that's a good channel right there. By the way, guys, I've been over here. I put some troll comments in his oh, y'all live right now? Oh, that's what's up. Well, check them out too. Yeah, if I would have known y'all was live, I wouldn't have gone live yet. I would have went over there and wrote some troll comments like I do in your chat and then moved on. let me hop over there. I don't think I'm live on the YouTube at the moment. But yeah, my dude. I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, anybody who sees this on the playback, check out the Weighin. Very good channel. I found them not too long ago. Because sometimes what I like to do, and this is like nothing against like anybody, but I like to look for smaller channels. Like I don't need to find channels that have 15, 20, 30, 40,000, 60,000, 100,000 subs. I don't need to do that. What I like to do is look for smaller channels like mine or even smaller than mine because sometimes they have the best content. So go check out the Weighin if you see this on the playback. Now we're going right back to trying to break up these clumps because my big ass needs protein. All right, so hey, Regulator, you been over there? You checked out his channel before? Well, it's two of them actually. What's going on, Grind Hard? No excuses. He says Fury's pack will be in the end. I don't know. I don't know, Grind Hard. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. It all depends on Tyson Fury. It all depends. This entire fight depends on Tyson Fury, in my opinion. It has nothing to do with Deontay Wilder. It has to do with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, in my opinion, is a part-time fighter. And the thing is, you can only get so far for so long being a part-time fighter. You have to put your all into it. It's whether you're fast like Usain Bolt at track, whatever your sport, football, whatever. People who are very gifted can get away with sitting on the couch and just practicing before a game. Okay, people can do that, but eventually it catches up. And the thing about it is, Deontay Wilder has been training like a madman. You have to give him that for the last almost 2 years. I think it's been 18 months, almost 2 years. This man has been training. And his dedication is showed in his backyard where he built his whole entire boxing gym. Like there's a ring back there. He's been hitting weights. He looks healthy. He looks like he's carrying 230, 235. I'd say about 235. It looks like he's carrying it a lot better than he did whenever he walked in there against Tyson Fury. And I really want to see the weigh-ins. That's really what I'm waiting on before I do my breakdowns. Because, like, I learned that it's better to see the weigh-ins than do the predictions to see how guys look on the scales, because some people can come in weight drain, although this the heavyweights that won't come in weight drain. But I just like to see how big people are, how healthy they look on the scale the day before the fight from now on. And since I've been doing that, my predictions have skyrocketed through the roof of accuracy being correct. So, I really need to see them on the scale, but I really think that Deontay Wilder is holding his weight way better than he was, way better. And do you believe Fury was training enough? I don't know, Grindhard, and that's what I'm saying right now. That's what I mean by he's a part-time fighter. Tyson Fury, like, you got to understand, man, we just saw what, maybe 6-7 months ago now, we saw him at the beach looking like a manatee. Like, this dude literally looked like a manatee getting out the water at the beach. And the thing about it is Tyson Fury's never had a great build. He's never. Like, whenever he fought Klitschko, you got beat by a fat man rubbing on his belly, looking like Fat Bastard from that old-ass Austin Powers movie. But the thing about it is he has never really looked like a manatee until he was out of shape, like doing cocaine, lines off strippers' titties. That's when he looked like that. But when I seen him looking like a manatee at the beach, I was like, oh. And then you see him say that he had COVID, but the whole time he had COVID, he's walking around casinos and used car lots and everything else. And I'm thinking, I think he was extremely out of shape. And they realized it and they had to delay it. And that's why I think the fight got delayed. I don't think it has anything to do with Tyson Fury being scared of Deontay Wilder. I just think he was too out of shape. And I think that's why this fight got delayed. It was because of him not training like he should. So the thing about it is, here's what you got to look at. And here's what I look at. When I look at their attributes, Deontay Wilder is night and day faster than Tyson Fury. He's night and day faster. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, because whenever you watch that rematch, when you get around to the fifth, sixth round, Deontay Wilder was beat up. His endurance was gone. His legs were gone. His power was gone. Everything about him was gone. However, when they were throwing blows, they were trading shots. They were landing at the same time. Now, that was a dead to the world Deontay Wilder landing shots at the same time as a fresh Tyson Fury. So that tells me everything I need to know about speed. Like, they are nowhere even close in the speed department. Deontay Wilder is way faster. In fact, I believe Deontay Wilder is the quickest heavyweight. Now, he's not the quickest as chaining his shots together, but I'm talking about from point A to point B explosion. He is by far the fastest. Throwing straight punches down the pipe, by far the fastest. It's not even, in my opinion, it's not even a question. Let me see what happened to Fury doing workout sessions on video calls with his wife. It's Paris, the Gypsy King. You talking about Paris? He always talking about Paris. That shit's funny to me. Paris always pregnant with another baby too. Like, this dude, Tyson Fury be making me laugh with his damn Versace bathrobes on. But anyways, but yeah, coming back to what I was talking about, Grindhard, full circle. I don't know that he has been training. That's why I really need to see what his body looks like on the scale. I need to see what his weight is. If he comes in around like 283 to 270, I would say that he's probably been training. If he comes in any heavier than 285, I'm like, nah, man, this dude out of shape. He out of shape. He gonna get his ass whooped. I'm telling y'all, the way that Deontay Wilder has been training, because you got to understand this. Everybody's seen the Rocky movies, right? Rocky, he had no defense. His face was his defense, but he had heart. And that heart was all he needed. And that's the thing about it. Heart can beat a more skilled fighter. A guy who can walk through the furnace, take the fire, not get burnt, and then extinguish it is a hard man to beat. And to me, Deontay Wilder doesn't get enough praise about how good his chin actually is. He's got a really good chin. Now, I'll say this. No, we haven't seen him in there with a Dillian White. We haven't seen him in there with a Hrgovic. But we saw him get beat up by Luis Ortiz, and he never went down. We saw him take it. He never went down. Against Tyson Fury in the rematch, he did get dropped, but he didn't get dropped from being hit on the chin. He got dropped whenever he tilted his head down and he got hit like behind the ear. Now, I did a video about it. Now, it was a completely legal shot because you're high on Hrgovic. So here's the thing in boxing. It is illegal to rabbit punch somebody unless they turn their head. If you're throwing a punch and they turn their head, it is now completely legal to hit them behind the ear, in the back of the head. Now an illegal shot becomes legal because they turned into it. However, I will say this. Watching the replays, you can see whenever Deontay Wilder tucked his head down, Tyson Fury was looking and placed that shot behind his head. While it was legal, he took full advantage of the mistake that Deontay Wilder made. He got hit on the back of the head and never recovered from it. Kind of like AJ when he fought Andy Ruiz, got caught on the top and never recovered from it. And that's what I'm saying, like, because you got to think about it like this. Deontay Wilder got hit in the body and went down. That tells you how far gone he was. I think it was the fifth round he got hit in the body and went down, but he got back up. Through the sixth round, getting beat up, stayed up. Seventh round, getting beat up, stayed up. The dude has got heart and a chin. If he can manifest his boxing ability just to be 30% better than what it was in that first fight with Tyson, or excuse me, in the rematch with Tyson Fury, then it's a completely different fight because by far, in my opinion, Wilder is the more athletic guy. I believe that by athletic, I mean if this was going to be a race, Deontay Wilder wins the race. If they was going to play basketball, Deontay Wilder's going to win. If they play football, Deontay Wilder's going to win. Hell, if they play cricket, something that would be from England, Deontay Wilder's going to win. Deontay Wilder is going to beat Tyson Fury at every sport. Hell, if this was Madden the 2K, Deontay Wilder is going to beat Tyson Fury. In my opinion, he's more athletic. So if he can just get 30% better than what he was with this hard training that he's been doing with Malik Scott, then we're in for a fight, especially if the more skilled guy, Tyson Fury, has been taking it easy. You got to be on your A game. You got to be on your A game at all times. In fact, what was I watching? So, Regulator, I got an anime for you, and it was cool. I never seen this before, but it's called Hunter x Hunter, okay? Now, other people may not like this, but in Hunter x Hunter, they had a diagram, okay? And what it showed you was it showed you D tier hunters, C tier, B tier, A tier hunters, right? And what they explained was just because somebody is stronger than you doesn't mean per se you will lose to that person who's stronger than you, because an A tier can drop down into a D tier if you catch the A tier on the wrong night. So that means that anybody from D or above could actually beat an A fighter if they catch him on that night. So that's what I'm saying. It's a really cool diagram. I should like pull it up and show it because it was actually pretty neat. And we've seen fights where fighters who should have won lost because it just wasn't their night. Not because they weren't the more skilled guy, but it just nothing was clicking for them. And I like that a lot. So let me see. Hard to beat with that size and boxing ability, though, can't lie. Well, it is, but if Wilder can get better with lateral movement, side to side movement, play the shorter guy. See, he's not used to being the shorter man. He's used to being the taller man at 6'7". He's taller than everybody else but Fury. Now, for the first time, he has to be the shorter man. And that comes with its own difficulties, which can be advantages if you can exploit them. So being shorter, you got to be able to position yourself, kind of like how Usyk was positioning himself against AJ. When you fight short, you can beat a taller guy. You can turn their height into a disadvantage because your recoil is faster. When you get close, they don't have as much punching power as you do. If you keep them at the end of your punches, but you're not at the end of theirs, there's a lot of advantages that can come to being the shorter guy. And Deontay Wilder has already got the number one step to being the shorter man: speed. He has that. He's got the foot speed. So all he's got to do is get better at bobbing and weaving to get closer. Once he closes the gap, then he just has to maintain that range to where he has Fury in danger and he's not in danger. If he can do that while putting shots together, then it's going to be interesting. Now, the body shots. I've heard that that is a big thing that people think Deontay Wilder needs to do. He needs to target the body, target the body, target the body. Here's the thing about that. When you target the body, your face is exposed. It is extremely exposed. And you're very vulnerable to somebody taller than you coming down on top of you, catching you while you're leaning to go to the body. So although body shots can wear somebody out, when you're fighting a guy who's more technical than you, it leaves openings for you to get hurt. I'm not saying he shouldn't go to the body, but what I'm saying is he's got to pick and choose when he goes to the body, especially a guy who's not as technical, because you tend to bend at the waist instead at the legs. You see that a lot with fighters, like the lean forward to throw a punch forward. That right there is real estate for an uppercut. And you don't want to get uppercutted by a guy who's 270 pounds, whether he has pillow for fist or not. That's 270 pounds that knows how to throw a punch. So my thing is, Deontay Wilder needs to stay close, but not close the gap to where Tyson Fury can wrap him up. He needs to stay at his arm lengths away from Tyson Fury. So he's inside the full reach of Tyson Fury, but he's not close enough to be chest to chest, belly to belly to where Tyson Fury can grab him, push him down. The body is good, but he doesn't need to. He's got to work on feints. That's what I'm trying to get around to. Like if he works on feints, then yes, landing a 2 here, 1 there, possibly a 3 or a 4. Well, it would be a 5 or a 6 to the body. That could work. But he's got to place his hooks off of feints. He's got to hit high and then come low instead of being go low to open up the head. Because if the name of the game is to soften up his body, which is already soft, because, you know, he's built like the Pillsbury Doughboy, like real soft, like a walking marshmallow. If that's the name of the game, then you got to do the opposite, even though it sounds counterintuitive. You got to fake to the face because that's what he's looking for. He's looking for them straight rights to come down the pipe to the face. He kept that high guard, stayed behind his shoulder, kept his hands raised, which even opens up that real estate even more. And really, shifting levels would be very beneficial for Deontay Wilder. So come high and then shift low. So that way he braces up high and then bow, hit him low. So all it is you come straight through and then you lean down and boom, straight to the body. Then get out. That's another thing too. I don't think it'd be in Deontay Wilder's best favor, seeing that trilogy, to stand there and trade with Tyson Fury. He needs to play the smaller man. He needs to play the faster man and pick them apart. Pick and choose when he's going to throw, move around the ring. Finally, we got this protein shake broke down. We're going to drink it. We're going to have a milk mustache. Y'all know how it goes. First, we had to say my blessing though. Now we can drink. Shots to God. Hey, Grind though. You're more than welcome to jump on the panel, my dude. But those are the keys to victories. For me, I think the body is good, but he needs to be careful. And he can't just straight attack the body. Let me see, not to get off topic, but you have to do an old Naki versus Hellenius analysis too. I can do that. When's the fight? Because, you know, I don't keep up with old Naki. I really don't. I'm going to laugh my ass off if he gets knocked the fuck out again. I was never big on him. Never big on him. Had it been a 12-round fight against Charles Martin, he would have lost that fight. Charles Martin was piecing him up coming into that 9th, 10th round. Oh, it's on the undercard. I did not know that. Who is Sanchez fighting? I think Sanchez is on the undercard too, right? I can't remember who he's fighting. Sanchez is another Cuban that's like 40 years old that claims he's in his 20s. I cannot remember for the life of me who he's fighting. It should be a good fight, though. What's happened with Bridgerweight? I know Oscar Rivas is looking for an opponent because Jennings dropped out. I hope that division just burns. Burn that bridge. I'm going to jump over here to the weigh-in. Show love back real fast. Let's go. Let me do this. Let's go. Boop, boop, boop. Jerry Forrest. Oh my God. Jerry Forrest is so bad. That dude is so bad. That dude is so bad. If he becomes a champion, if he beats Oscar Rivas and becomes a champion, that tells you how much of a joke of a division that is. That isn't even like the bench warmers. That's like a elementary school kids who couldn't make it. That's like the In the South, nobody plays it. What is it called? It's real big up north. I can't think of the name of it. Um, Fuck, I should know this, being that I watch it all the time. What is it? The name is eluding me. Oh, oh, I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank on this game that I should know the name of because I've seen it played so many times and it's so stupid. Um, lacrosse. That's like being in the South, like being a lacrosse player. No, don't nobody play lacrosse in the South. You just not good enough for the football team. That's why y'all over here playing lacrosse. Nobody plays lacrosse down south. Trash, trash. You're trash. I don't care. You could be the best player out there. You could be the star lacrosse player. And you know what? You're not even good enough to be a bench warmer on the football team if you're in the South. Now, if you're up north, people play that. You could be good. You could be athletic. But if you're somewhere below South Carolina all the way over to Texas and you're playing lacrosse, nah, bro, you're not even as good as the bench warmers on the football team. That's why you over there, because you knew that you couldn't even make second string or third string, let alone fourth string. You're not making any strings. You're just a puppet laying on the ground. You're useless. You're nothing. that that is what the Bridgerweight division will be if Jerry Forrest wins this damn belt. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is horrible. The fact that there it is, a jog book. There it is. I knew it was a real good one. I knew it was a real good one. I knew it was a real good fight. Yeah. So that's going to be a hard fight for both guys because Ifeanyi Jagba is very good and rangy. However, his defense falters a lot and Sanchez can hit hard. So if Sanchez closes that gap and can let off, and then if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Sanchez train with Eddie Reynoso? Isn't he a part of the Canelo meat factory? I believe. I believe Frank Sanchez is over there with the meat factory. The only meat factory that serves herbal tea. Herbal tea and steaks. I believe he trains with them. So Ajagba better hope that they did some really good testing before this fight. Really good testing. Because I wouldn't trust no fighter out of that camp. Not one of them. I don't care. People can get mad at me, but it is what it is. I was feeling what Caleb Plant was saying. Like, he's a cheater. You're a cheater. You got caught, didn't you? You got suspended for 6 months. I agree with Caleb Plant. He's still gonna get his ass whooped. But I agree with what he said to Canelo, and Canelo got all mad. You know what they say? When you start showing feelings, that means somebody's on the mark. He got emotional, which means that Caleb Plant was probably right about him cheating. Who do I have? So Andre, I'm gonna let you know. When I refer to that first fighter that you named, I don't call him that name. I call him Old Nacky because this dude has the audacity to call himself Babyface. Like, he looks like a prune that dried up. Like, this is no baby. This maybe like an English bulldog puppy. That's what type of baby he looks like an English bulldog. Like there's no, or like a Sphinx cat. Like, there's no reason why you should be called Babyface and look that fucking old. Then you was balding by the time you was what, like 22? You got the balding part right about being a baby, but that doesn't make you a baby face. Hell nah. Hell nah. Like, this dude, old Nacky, I swear to you, he stayed in the what was that? What was the time chamber? Was it just called the time chamber of Dragon Ball Z? He stayed in the time chamber too long. Too long. He aged too much, too fast. Like, seconds turned to days for him. He was over there with Mr. Popo and Kami, jumping in the time chamber, trying to train. Stayed in too long. Too long. It was only a day on the outside, but for you, it was like 20 years. Yo, That man look way too old. Hyperbolic time chamber. That's what I was thinking. The hyperbolic. That's right. That's where old Naki was training. That's why he looks so damn old. See, he forgot that the Saiyans, they don't age like humans. Saiyans can live for hundreds of years and look young. And look young. They got time to give up. Humans, we don't have that type of time. You got in that hyperbolic time chamber, thought you was doing something, came out bald. Damn. Damn. But yeah, so I don't like him because he calls himself babyface, and I hope Hellenius knocks him out again. In fact, I don't even know why he's having a rematch because last time I heard, his wife was over there crying, talking about, "Don't ever fight again, no." She acted like he got shot by a bullet. No, it was like hugging him. Like, yo, this dude just got his ass whooped. He didn't get hit by a sniper rifle. Like, it's not raining. You're not underneath the street. Like, why are you yelling, no? Like, you would have thought Kalnaki died in the ring, how she reacted. But I hope he gets slept again. I don't think he's good. I've never thought he was good, and I don't like him. All because, like I said, Andre, because he calls himself babyface. Nah, nah, we're not gonna do that. All right, let me go over here. I said I was gonna go show love back. So just listen to my voice as we point up to the ceiling. Am I still logged in? I am. Let me go. I got to go to my community page. No, not community, channel page. We'll go hop over here. Where's the weigh in? Weigh in, weigh in. I'm looking for these dudes. Let's go over here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm just trying to show love back because somebody came over here to show love to me. If I could find their channel. And it's funny too because some of these boxing channels that are really, really small, people just like quit making content, and I still go back to ask them how they're doing. Where is it? I know I'm sub to him, but I don't see him. Did YouTube unsub me? Yo. What? What? What is going on? Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. I don't even see them. Are they not live anymore? Let me hold on 1 second, regulator. I saw that you typed something. I'm trying to see why I can't find them. I should be sub to them, but it's not coming up. All right, let me try this a little different. Maybe if I type in boxing live, they'll pop up. That's weird. Like, I don't understand why YouTube does that. Like, you subscribe to people, and then all of a sudden, you're no longer subscribed to them. Because I've been over that dude's channel, well, it's two of them, like I said, several times. So I know I'm subbed. They might not be live anymore. Looks like their live's no longer going. Well, shit. Let me do this one more time. Let me go to my page, channels. Let's look one more time. It's not letting me search by name. Oh, there it is. I am subscribed to them. That's what I thought. Yeah, they're not live no more. Damn, I was gonna show love back. Okay, but what I can do is I'll do this. Let's go ahead and drop their link. So paste. Boom. Okay. So that's the channel link to the weigh-in who was here earlier. So yeah. Check out their channel. To all the people who catch this on the playback who are watching it right now, check out that. I don't know why this. I'm holding my phone even, but it looks crooked. Like, what is going on? Yeah, I know OGR. So OGR regulated. He was on my channel like a long time back, and I showed him love. I watched him increase in subs a lot quickly, and then he said that like he made a video talking about it was taking up too much of his time, and that he wasn't going to make any more videos. And I mean, sucks to see him go because he had a good channel, but at the end of the day, you got to take care of your family first. And if it's causing problems in the house, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, yeah. One of the earliest, like I was like, he started doing videos after he saw me do videos, and like he was really picking up steam on the football side, which is crazy because I don't know what was going on, and I don't want to really talk about that, but you know, making videos can be stressful if you use a lot of your time to do it. However, if you're successful, it can make you a lot of money. And the type of work he was putting in could have been leading up to something to make his life a heck of a lot less stressful. The type of way you work from home, you know what I'm saying? Because he had other channels coming on his channel, and it was good content. Like I supported him every time I saw he was live. That's one thing about my channel too is if somebody subscribes to me, no matter how big or how small they are, I always go back to them. I always show them love. I always show them support. Even channels that I disagree with that show me support, I support them. I always support them. 100%. It doesn't benefit me. It doesn't do anything for me. But at the end of the day, that's just how I'm built. That's my character. If you support me, I'm going to support you, whether we agree or not, as long as it isn't on some weird stuff. Because you do some weird stuff like EDP, and you gone. Like I don't play the EDP type stuff. That dude's been banned off the internet. I only brought him up because he was a football channel too. But yeah. But as long as you're normal and you just speaking your opinion and it's not hurting nobody, then support you all day. Baki was horrible, horrible, horrible season, horrible season. The way that they did Iron Michael was ridiculous. He didn't even win a fight. He was just scared the whole time. A chicken. Like I at least thought whenever he fought them three dudes and got in the corner, like, okay, he's gonna win now. Nope. They just all three punched him in the face at the same time. Like you see him bobbing and weaving real fast. You thinking he's about to do something new. And then they had him running scared to the corner. Like, how, man, I knew, I knew that they were going to be on some BS whenever he was like, I'm not even in the top 10. Like, I knew it. I knew it. Um, Trash. And then Baki beat Unchained, the strongest man in America. I love how his title was the strongest man in America. Like, they think really highly of their martial arts, don't they? But the problem is their martial arts has been proven to be trash in real combat. In hand-to-hand fighting, it's not really efficient. It's really not. He said the biscuit being all weird. but but I was gonna tell you before the sound cut out, because you like shows like Love and Robot or Love Plus Robot, whatever it's called. I forget the name. I think that's right. But you like shows like The Outer Limits, anthologies. So you like anthologies. I should have just said that from the beginning. So there's a show that comes on tonight in about an hour and 8 minutes to be exact. It's called Creep Show. It's very cheesy, but it's kind of like Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. I just seen it. It comes on AMC. I've watched it for the last 2 weeks. But I've been watching it. Love, Death Plus Robots. That's what it is. Okay. I was close. But yeah, so you should check out the Creep Show on AMC. It's decent. Like I said, it's real cheesy, really bad acting. I would say like C level acting, not even B level acting, but it's not bad. Passes time, passes the hour. It's called Creep Show. I guess it's like an old show that was made in the 80s, but I never watched it. I've never even seen it before this season. I think this is season 2 of the new ones. But well, if you start from the first episode, you got to go back to like the 80s or the 70s or whatever the hell it came out. But they have a season 1 from last year, and then this is season 2 this year. And I haven't seen season 1. I've only seen 2 episodes of season 2. Like I said, it's real. Like, I'm gonna tell you what it's on the levels of. All right, whenever you were a little kid, you remember Goosebumps? That's like the level of acting in this show. It's like Goosebump levels. So don't expect much, but but it's decent. It's decent to waste time. It's real cheesy, but it's all right though. You can tell they have no budget. It's like Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, stuff like that. That's the level of acting that's in this show. But again, if you like anthologies, you know, it's good for an hour. Like this live's been going on for an hour with 15 minutes of me trying to change the thumbnail. I really thought I would get more people, but you know, it is what it is. YouTube doesn't like me. They always try to hold Tony's reviews back, but we just get one sub at a time every day. Just keep walking forward, pushing forward. Still waiting on me to watch The Room. Bro, I gotta watch that. I've been bullshitting. I'll look it up. I keep forgetting. Like, you gotta understand, like, that's such a generic name that I forget about it. Like, I really do. I forget to watch it all the time. You've been telling me about this damn movie for like 2 years now. Like 2 years straight, watch The Room. The Room. And you know what's funny about it? On some YouTube videos, I've seen clips from it. It's like a dude with really dark hair and it's long, and he looks old, probably like in his 40s. But it looked like horrible acting, my dude. Like from the little clips I've seen that people like edited into their videos. I'll tell you a channel. It's called The Quartering. So from time to time, I'll watch a channel called The Quartering, and he just talks about like video game news and like how they cross over politics into video games. Um, on his channel, he's like edited in a few scenes from that movie, and from what I've seen, it looks very bad. It looks very bad, really cheesy, horribly cheesy. Oh shit! But I find it funny though. But yeah, think about like The Room, and that's probably like the level of acting that's on this show. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. It is what's so great at the same time. Yeah, that's one of the things where it's so bad it's good. That's what you're trying to tell me? Like it's so cringe that you like it. I'm gonna go see being that we're past boxing. It looks like me and you the only two left. It's like we lost everybody else. But I think I'm gonna go see Venom this weekend. I don't know how good it is, Venom 2, but I think I'm gonna go see that this weekend. What is this? 24/7 classic video game? It's like an old arcade. What is this? Hold on. I can't click the video because it might do a sound. Oh, he just plays games. Don't care. I thought it was going to show like an old arcade. Let me see. I like the first one. Here's my problem with the first one. Here's my problem. There's a lot of problems. Okay, first off, they got the wrong person playing Eddie Brock. Okay, wrong person playing Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock in the comic books, okay, is supposed to be like, is he 6'2"? He's either supposed to be 6'2" or 6'4". I don't remember. And like 250 pounds. Because Eddie Brock, before he went to the Daily Bugle, I think it is, before he went there, he was an NFL football player, a defensive back. He might have actually been a middle linebacker. But I think he got injured, and that's why he no longer played in the NFL. So, Tom Hardy is not a very tall guy. I think he's like 5'7", probably about 160 pounds, soaking wet. And he's supposed to be playing a guy who's like 6'2", 6'4", 250 pounds? No. You said Tom Hardy is that dude. Is the only reason why I let it slide. Like, my wife hates Marvel and DC movies, but likes or loves Venom. That's what's up. I mean, but there's certain aspects of the movie that knowing the comic books I didn't like. For instance, they made Venom out to be a lame. Like, he talking about I'm a loser where I come from too. Like, what? He never said this. That is not why him and Eddie Brock got along, because they were both losers. That's not what built their symbiotic relationship. The reason why Eddie Brock and Venom were such good together, I guess Eddie Brock being the host, Venom being the symbiote, was because they both hated Peter Parker. Peter Parker being Spider-Man. So Eddie Brock hated Spider-Man because he pretty much got him fired, and he lost his job because he lost his. See, this is what it really should have went into. Why there was such disdain by Eddie Brock because of Peter Parker. So because Eddie Brock got fired, he ended up getting divorced with his wife, and his life just spiraled out of control. And he blamed Peter Parker, even though he was the one that made the mistake. He blamed Peter Parker for him getting fired. Okay. Now, Venom hated Peter Parker because that's the first human that he attached to. And pretty much it was making him be real loose. Like he wasn't restrained. He was beating people, didn't care if he killed people, and he separated himself from Venom. So, like an ex-girlfriend who was mad, upset that he moved on, he hated him. So whenever Venom came across Eddie Brock, who hated Peter Parker, who Spider-Man really was, it was like the perfect match. And that's why they were so good together. Now, through time, Venom becomes an anti-hero. He becomes not so bad, but he's still not truly good. But yeah, so they really didn't build on the part of where like Venom hates Peter Parker and Eddie Brock hates Peter Parker, and that's why they worked out so well together. So there's like I said, like I don't. My thing about like comic book movies turned to big screen is I don't get why directors feel like they need to take the liberty to change so much. Like the stories are already wrote. Now you can do your own interpretation of how you want those stories to play out. You don't have to follow the comic book, but the outline of their life should not change. It should still be these things happen. This is what makes this character who he is and why he is who he is. But they want to change it. Like they just have to put their own spin that's got nothing to do with nothing. Why do you what do I think of Woody Harrelson playing Carnage? I don't know. I'll have to see how he does. Um, I mean, if you look at how they made him look, he's kind of got a similar look to the guy who Carnage took over. That was crazy. So I mean, aesthetically, it's kind of similar in look, same type of build, but I don't know if I see Woody Harrison as being that big of a nut, because the guy was like a psychopath. Like he had screws loose that played or that Carnage took over. He was a serial killer that was just nutty. And whenever I think of him, when I think of Woody, I think of like White Man Can't Jump or Play It to the Bone, which was a great boxing movie with Antonio Banderas. I think of Zombieland. That was another like role that just, you know what I mean? I don't really think of like I got screws loose in my head type person. So I just have to see it and see how he does. He may do good. It's just aesthetically he fits the bill, but personality wise, I don't know. We'll see. That's why they call it acting. See if he can play it off. Because I know the word for like movies that like fooled everybody, and by far the best one was Heath Ledger when he played the Joker. Like the way he played the Joker, that was it. The best Joker, better than anybody who did it before him. And people were hating on Heath Ledger, like there's no way this guy can play the Joker. But the way that he did it, and he was smooth with it. And the thing about his Joker was he was very methodical and thought out. Because that's the thing about the Joker. He's Batman's opposite, but he's just as smart, if not smarter. And everything that his Joker did was well thought out. It was well planned. It wasn't like no spur of the moment. This is what we're doing just because the wind blew. Like everything he did was very strategic, even to the point of like at the start of the movie where the bus just came in and ran the dude over. Like, it was so good, like how he did the mental mind games with that. Yeah, he was good, but nah, man, nah. See, Jack Nicholson is a good actor, but I think Heath Ledger had the best Joker. I think he was the most true to the actual Joker versus I don't know. To me, just Jack Nicholson to me was like it was more of what you think a clown would be. It was like you just wrote. It was very comical and like he just did random shit for no reason. And there was like that's what I'm saying. Like there wasn't like his plans were I'm planning for today and tomorrow, right? And that's how it happened. And then he was just goofy doing goofy shit with the gas and all that along the way. Heath Ledger's was I'm planning for tomorrow and next year because of what happens tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It was very thought out. And it was all to a game plan. It all had purpose. Nothing that he did was by chance or by luck. It was all thoroughly played out. And it's just, I don't know. I just like the way that he played it. I like the way he played it too. Like how he would lick, like, want to know how I got these scars. And then his story would change every time. like, like, bro, no, I did not like the Joker movie at all. I did not like it at all. And that's another movie that's left up to interpretation, whether it actually happened or it was all in his head. Because I know that people try to do like a film theory to where it never even actually happened. It was all in his head. Nah, I didn't like it. I didn't see what all the fuss was about. I really didn't. I thought it was actually kind of bad and boring and drug on. Like it didn't do anything for me. It got a lot of praise, but I didn't think it was worthy of the praise that it received. Personally, I mean, some people might have liked it. I guess it's some type of mental thriller, but not really to me. Like it was very said it was a slow burn movie. But I mean, like, it was very predictable. Like everything about that movie was predictable. And to me, the thing that made the Joker so great was Bruce Wayne was a very predictable person. He was very regimented. You know what I mean? Like just the character is very regimented, how he does things. And the Joker is just unpredictable. You don't know what he's gonna do. Like when he got all that money from all the mob bosses, right? And then he burned it all. Unpredictable. Like he put in all this work to steal all this shit just to burn it. But it had a purpose behind it. So it's just, like I said, it's just, Just like he got himself arrested, and then he purposely got moved to where that one cop was that he killed the partner of, so he could bait him into trying to attack him, so he could get free. Like it's just so many to me. Now, of course, that comes down to writing, directing, and all that. You know, it's not all Heath Ledger, but just the character itself in that movie to me was the best Joker, true to what the comics was, in my opinion. Other people could differ, but I just like the way that Heath Ledger played it out too. Like he killed the role. Um, and it had what's his name? Michael J. White in it. The pencil trick. Michael J. White. They're supposed to be rebooting Spawn too, and he's not going to be in it, which is weird. That's real weird to me. Because to me, Michael J. White aged well. Like when you look at Michael J. White, he doesn't look much different today than he did when he did Spawn. I mean, he might be in a little better shape back then than he is now, just because he's older. But you know, he doesn't really look facially. I don't know. From what I heard, it's not going to be focused around Spawn. He's going to be like CGI, and it's going to be more around like the city and stuff. I don't know if that's changed, but the synopsis I read really, you know, it didn't sound like the movie was going to be worth anything. It sounded like a straight to Netflix movie, honestly. It used to be straight to video, but now, you know, they go straight to Netflix. That's where shit movies go to die. But yeah, he's by far still young, youthful enough to play him. Plus, it don't even matter because he's got a burnt face, so you wouldn't even see his face throughout the whole movie. Um, what else was I gonna say? Speaking of like that, a movie that pisses me off that's coming out here soon, Blade, without Wesley Snipes. That's ridiculous. Like that, when I read that, it really pissed me off. It really irritated me. And I knew, and I can't say why, because YouTube, but I knew when I saw Alita Battle Angel that they was gonna cast that dude as Blade. I knew when I saw it that somebody in Hollywood saw that movie, and that's why they made him Blade. Let me see. The LWC would still come up with excuses if Wilder loses. I don't know that they can. I don't think that you can. You haven't watched what? Alita? Alita was really good. I bought it. I got the collector's. Well, actually, my girl got me the collector's edition DVD. So yeah. Like I love that movie. That's a good movie. It deserves a sequel. I hope they have a sequel. Like the CGI looked weird on the previews, right? But when you watch the movie, after about 5 minutes, the CGI just disappears and your brain just gets tricked into watching it and enjoying it. And it doesn't look as like cartoony as the previews do. But you have to watch the movie. If you just see the previews, it doesn't look that good. But when you actually see the movie, it just the way that it transitions, flows, everything just is perfectly put together. Who do I have? Wilder or Fury? I think Tyson Fury has the advantage as long as he's been training. Um, Problem is, as I said earlier in this live, I do not know what Tyson Fury's been doing. To me, he's a part-time fighter. He's not a full-time fighter. And I know Deontay Wilder's been training like a madman for that last 18 months. So it's very possible that Tyson Fury has not been training like he should. He's been getting lazy with the long layoff. And Deontay Wilder just goes in there and beats him because he's just been lazy. But if Tyson Fury has been training just as hard as Deontay Wilder, I don't see any way that Deontay Wilder can beat him. But yeah, back full circle to what I was saying though, about Wesley Snipes. That is Blade. I don't care what anybody says. Wesley Snipes is Blade. Period. That's where it stops. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in moving forward. Like there's a brick wall there. Like you can't get past that. Wesley Snipes played Blade so good that they changed the look of the comic book character to match Wesley Snipes. Now think about that. Wesley came with his own look. And it was so good, so iconic that they changed the look of the comic book character to match Wesley Snipes. That's crazy. That, like, there are some actors that just play a role and it transcends that role, and they are forever known as that character. And to me, Wesley is the only Blade. Like, when I think of Wesley Snipes, I think of Blade, or if I think of Blade, I think of Wesley Snipes. I don't think of nobody else, and I don't want to see anybody else. I really don't. And I hope the movie flops. It's just like a case in point to that was Hellboy. I love Hellboy with Ron Perlman. I love it. I love those movies. I got both of them. I've had them. Bought them immediately when they came out on DVD or Blu-ray, whatever you want to call it. Immediately I bought them. But that last one that came out, that travesty, I didn't even watch it because Hellboy is Ron Perlman, period. Ron Perlman transcended the Hellboy role. But coming back full circle, back to yeah, I saw Sticky Fingers playing Blade on the TV show, LeRon. Trash. Oh, but again, coming back full circle, the thing about it is this. Here's what people don't even think about: how dirty Disney is doing Wesley. Wesley is the reason why there is an MCU. Do y'all know that? Do y'all realize that? That before the Blade movies, every movie that was a Marvel movie was a huge flop. Whether it was Dolph Lundgren playing the Punisher or that Captain America movie. I don't even remember who played Captain America. It might have been Hasselhoff. I can't remember. It was something like that. Or the Hulk movies with Lou Ferrigno. All those movies were a flop. They were a financial loss. They didn't do anything. When Blade came out with Wesley Snipes, he made the MCU because those were the first blockbusters they ever had. That was before Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man. Before Tobey, Blade is the reason why there is an MCU. They made 3 Blade movies. The last one was kind of trash. I ain't gonna lie. But had it not been for Wesley Snipes, had it not been for Blade, there would be no MCU, period. Nobody could change my mind on it. And that is why Wesley has deserved another Blade movie if they're going to make a Blade movie, period. And it's already explained that Blade ages like humans. He doesn't age like vampires. So seeing him older only makes sense because he ages like a normal human because he's half human, half vampire. He just has their strengths, but he has our weaknesses too, weakness of aging. So it would make sense to see Wesley older in the role. I'm just saying, like, I don't like the fact that they did not use him, but let's go back up. I think if Wilder lands some good body shots to the love handles early in the fight, he could slow Fury down and land something in the mid-late rounds. But if Fury is really ready, it's tough. See, Pablo, I was talking about this earlier, though. Here's the problem. When you're not as technically skilled as a fighter who's taller than you, then it's very hard to go to their body because when you go to their body, you leave your face exposed to get pieced up. So if Wilder makes it a point to continually go to the body, he could very well get his face pieced up. He's got to do it smart. He's got to throw feints. He's got to step to the side, lead with straights to the body, and get out. Like, he can't just target the body and think that's going to work. Because Tyson Fury is going to figure it out and catch him coming down. And he's going to be coming down with all that weight on top of it, too. The body shots could be Deontay Wilder's downfall if he doesn't do it smartly. Let's see. Let me catch up on the other stuff. Spike TV. Yeah, it was on Spike TV. Yeah, he started the whole thing. CGI made Marvel movies better than Blade. Had Eye Against Eye. Yo, Eye Against Eye is one of the best. Like, this is what I don't understand. And I can say this. Okay, I can say this because I know New York. I've been in New York. I've lived in New York. We know, I all know New York all day, right? But here's what I'm going to say. This is what I don't understand about Mos Def. I have heard Mos Def talk, and sometimes it's very incoherent, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I do not know what the hell he's talking about. And sometimes when he talks, he sounds a little slow. However, when he raps, Like I Against I, one of the best rap songs ever made. Lyrical genius. I don't understand it. It's weird to me. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off base, but I don't think I am. Like, I don't see how the dude raps so good but talks so bad. But I'm not gonna shit on a great, all-time great. uh, Let me see here. Let me see. You're literally the only one besides me that knows that song. Yo, like I said, Regulator, I Against I is one of the best songs ever wrote. Lyrically, hands down, one of the best songs ever wrote. Let me see. I didn't say do it dumb. I said if he can land body shots earlier will help. Varying the jab is key as well. My friends are in a beef with most Def Crew right now. What do you mean they're in a beef? Why are they beefing with most Def? Like what? But the thing about it is though, Hablo, is what I'm saying is in order to do things smart, you have to be close to or better than the person you're boxing, technically. If you're not close to or better than, you're going to make mistakes. And being low is not where you want to make mistakes against a taller, bigger fighter. Most Def is one of your top 5 MCs. So, to me, to me, a rapper who is rarely ever talked about. You never hear him on anybody's top 5 list, ever. To me, from the roots, Black Thought is one of the best people to touch a mic, period. Period. Hands down. One of the best. And his name is never mentioned. Nobody ever brings him up. Not one person. And in my opinion, for like OGs from New York, well, actually, the roots are from Philly, aren't they? Where are the roots from? I think Black Thought's from New York, but where are the roots from the group? I have to Google this. Where did they form? Where did they form? Yep, Philly. I was right. Yep, yep. I thought I was right. Let's just double check myself. No, he's from Philly too. Okay. Yep. OPA. But yeah, to me, Black Thought, one of the best. One of the best. Hands down. Hands down. Period. One of the best. Never mentioned. Ever. Ever. By the biggest hip hop heads. Never mentioned. Crazy. Doesn't make sense. AZ, he's decent. He's good. You have Rakim. Everybody knows him. Boy, this boxing talk is so sporadic. We go from boxing to movies to rap. Redman. Regulator was just watching How High. That's why he mentioned him. Regulator was reliving his high school days watching How High. Like, yeah, man, I remember what we did back then when this movie came out. We gotta hold it down for Redman, Method Man. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna end this stream here. It's been a long one, longer than I wanted to be on. Um, like I said, we went so far from boxing, it doesn't even make sense. But closing thoughts is this: Wesley Snipes is the best blade, is the only blade, and will be the only blade that I support. So if Wesley's not in the MCU, I hope the movie fails. I don't care how good the actor is. I know whenever he played Cottonmouth in Luke Cage, he was good. He had his rocket launcher. He shot it off the building. I watched it. But guess what? He's not Blade. Wesley is. Period. And that's where it stops. Y'all have a good day.